Hello, Colas. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories for Barcelona. We start with Franck Kessie, as it has been reported that the Barca midfielder is now evaluating the offer from Al Hilal as exit looms. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, in this episode, talking about this Brazilian right back Vanderson, who plays for AS Monaco, as it has been reported that Barca will move for the 30 million euro rated right back in 2024, as the player is ready to wait. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right out to the very end. A recent report from Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo has offered an update on the future of Franck Kessie. It appears the midfielder has had a recent meeting with the Barca board where it has been established that the player will not enjoy prominence next season. The club have informed Franck Kessie that his role in the team will dissipate due to increasing competition, even more so after the arrival of Ilkay Gundogan. Not to mention, Barca are also in contention to sign former La Masia starlet Oriol Romeo in the coming weeks. With that in mind, Franck Kessie is now open to a move away from Spotify Camp Nou. He is one of the few Barcelona stars who understands the club's economic position and is willing to compromise. Franck Kessie was initially reluctant to leaving Barca and wanted to fight for his place in the team, but his stance gradually changed, with the midfielder eventually wanting to play in the Premier League or the Bundesliga. However, it appears the Ivorian has now become a target for Saudi Arabian giant Al Hilal. The oil-rich nation are ready to offer him a fortune, which has appeared quite tempting to the player himself. Franck Kessie is thus open to joining the club and moving to a country who have shown a lot of desire to promote the footballing culture since the turn of the year. Therefore, the sale of Franck Kessie could become the easier ones as far as Barcelona are concerned. Franck Kessie is not the only Barcelona midfielder facing an uncertain future at Camp Nou though. As per recent reports, even Nico Gonzalez has become a target for FC Porto, with the Portuguese giants reportedly keen on signing him on loan deal this season. Of course, Franck Kessie's future remains up in the air, with numerous clubs showing interest in the midfielder. Of course, this is a guy who was signed as a free agent last summer from AC Milan, where he was one of their most instrumental players leading up to their Scudetto win in Italy. Barca signed him with a lot of hope that he will be one of the key players in the team, but unfortunately, manager Xavi Hernandez had other ideas. Franck Kessie was not part of the plans. It was clear last season that Franck Kessie was not Xavi's top priority in his midfield department, and will only put Franck Kessie when Pedri gets injured or when Frankie de Jong or when Busquets is out of the squad through injury or suspension. And I think the little opportunities that Franck Kessie had, I think he made he made the most use of it, because he had some good games. I don't think there was any fault for Franck Kessie's performances. He did well, and of course, in a bid to convince Xavi that he should trust him and at least give him some chance in certain games. Of course, Franck Kessie now have been having links to Saudi Arabia like Al Nassr, Al Hilal, showing strong interest. Of course, players have also been linked. Of course, players like Nico Gonzalez also linked with exit, Clement Lenglet linked with exit. In fact, nearly all of those players who were out on loan last season are all players that Barca intend to sell. Even though there were talks of players like Ace Abde, who was one of the best players on loan, who I think, Xavi was considering that if Barca could keep him, if there is the need. But so far, no conclusion on that. Of course, so Franck Kessie, as it stands right now, still facing an uncertain future, and he remains the only exit link player who have tried to understand the situation that the club is currently going through and he's reportedly open to an exit. The rest are just like, look, I'm not leaving Barcelona. I want to succeed. I want to disprove Xavi. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so it is making Barcelona stars really difficult in this transfer window. Really difficult. Barca have officially signed Inigo Martinez today as a free agent, and making him their second official player to be signed. And so far, we have signed just free agents: Ilkay Gundogan and Inigo Martinez. Of course, Barcelona are showing clearly to the whole world that they have no money. I will call it a well-publicized broke club. And honestly, being self-critical about my own club, I think it's really difficult to acknowledge the fact that we are going through a lot. We are going through a lot. And we hope that Laporta can get things right. And I believe that he's doing a good job to ensure that there's that financial stability. So sales are still not really carried out to the level that Barca have wanted so far, with only Samuel Umtiti being the exit link player who have left. The rest are still pending. I will say pending because I think they should leave. Let's see how the Franck Kessie's future will look like, as the player currently is evaluating an offer from Al Hilal, who are also strongly interested. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. The right back position is something that has been a big problem for FC Barca for a while now. Last season, Xavi was forced to make do with deploying Jules Koundé as a makeshift right-sided fullback, but the Frenchman does not intend to continue in that position moving forward. So the Blaugrana are in the market for a new right back, but the current financial situation and the need to reinforce the other positions leave them with a difficult predicament. Amidst this, Joaquim Piera of Sport is now reporting that Barcelona continue to hold an interest in AS Monaco right back Vanderson, with sporting director Deco understood to be an admirer. But given the financial solution or the situation of the club, the Blaugrana will only try to sign him in 2024, and the Brazilian himself would be willing to stay at Monaco this summer in order to secure a move to Catalonia next year. Vanderson is a player that has been on Barcelona's radar for a while now. In fact, Deco has recommended his signing back in 2021 itself, when he used to serve as an advisor to club president Joan Laporta. At that time, the right back was still at Grêmio, but Monaco beat Barca to his signing. Matteo Alemany then propped the possibility of a move for the 22-year-old last summer, but was priced out. Now, though, all signs point towards Barca making a third attempt to sign Vanderson next year. A move for the 22-year-old would cost around 30 million, putting him out of reach for Barca this summer, which is why a transfer is being plotted but for next year. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.